Okay, yeah, so everyone just getting yourselves into a nice, comfortable, seated, cross-legged position. So taking Sukhasana, or you can take Siddhasana. Sukhasana is just legs crossed. Siddhasana, just bring the one foot in and the one foot in front of the other, and then maybe placing a cushion or a pillow just underneath your bottom, underneath your sitting bones. And yeah, just gently lengthening through the spine, maybe placing your hands on your knees or your palms just on top of one another. And let's just begin by just gently rolling those shoulders. As we roll those shoulders, just allow any sort of tightness or tension just to start to slowly creep out, ease out of the body. Okay. And then just gently taking a final roll, and then just let those shoulders just gently drop. So tucking the chin in nicely, and then I invite you to close your eyes, take a light gaze, or you can keep your eyes open, whatever is most comfortable for you here and now in this moment. And let's just begin now by arriving. And arriving just gives us a space to become aware of everything that's going on around us. So for a moment, just start to notice your external environment, just becoming the witness, the observer to sounds, smells, and temperature. Just noticing, just watching, without using the senses of the eyes if possible. Just noticing as well if the mind is already quite chattery this evening. And if it is chattery, that's okay. Just gently accept that that is where it's at. Gently release and let go. And then I'd like you now all to take your focus and your attention inwards. So dhyana. And that process of going inwards is one of the steps towards enlightenment. So turning inwards really helps us to become aware of just all the sensations that are going on within. And when we become aware of all of those sensations that go on within, we recognize that they're impermanent, they're ever changing and ever flowing, and that the real stillness is that deep love that we all have within us. So start to get a whole body feeling awareness now. See if you can feel all parts of you. So maybe just taking your attention to the crown of your head for a moment, and then see if you can travel down from the head. So traveling down from the head, down the neck, the arms, hands, back up the arms to the shoulders, the spine, pelvis, legs, and down to the feet. Feeling the whole body. See if you can feel all parts of you. As you feel all parts of you, just gently acknowledging or noticing any softness, stillness, and also noticing any tightness, any tension. Just gently pinpointing it. Notice where it is. Acknowledge it. So when we acknowledge something, it means we're accepting that it's there, but we're not giving it our full attention, as in we're not becoming totally absorbed in it. Because when we become totally absorbed in that sensation, that feeling, it means that we're really starting to identify with it as if it actually is who we are. But who we are is here and now in this moment. Just gently release and let go of any tightness. Hopefully today's practice will ease out that tension, wherever that tightness is. Okay, and then just for a moment, just take your attention again to your sitting bones. Taking the weight from one sitting bone to the next. Doing a little grounding exercise here just to, again, take us out of that mind thought space. which we are in quite a lot of the time on autopilot. We're there most of the time without realising. So as we take our focus to one sitting bone to the next, maybe just noticing the feet just gently pressed against the ground, maybe noticing the hands on your knees as well, and just getting an overall sensation and awareness and feeling for this solid base that we have, the legs and the pelvis. Really working on a hip opening practice. We need strong legs and strong hips to create a stable base to ground us to this earth. And when we're sort of grounded nicely, that's when we've got stability, security, and safety in our lives. And by bringing ourselves here and now to this present moment, that helps to create that stability in this moment. So feeling a nice firm base which grounds us to this earth, and knowing that we're also grounded from within, that security. Nice and tall. So as you move up the spine, feel length and lightness in the body. With that lengthness and lightness, maybe also feel a real openness in the chest, the heart space, sitting nice and tall. Maybe just imagine there's a cord just dangling from the ceiling attached to your head. Okay, and then take your focus and your attention to your breath now. Spending a brief moment just observing where your breath is here and now in this moment. Noticing the quality, noticing the rhythm. Just witnessing, just noticing. Is it slow and steady? Is it sort of shallow and fast? Wherever the breath is, that's okay. So you can start to slow it right down. So I want you to start breathing into your belly space. So take a deep inhale through the nose. Send the breath into the belly, into that pelvic floor. And then exhale, just gently draw that belly in. Inhale, send that breath into the belly space, into that pelvic bowl. And then exhale, just gently draw the belly in so the diaphragm moves in and up. So spending a few moments here with the belly breath. As you inhale, noticing that expansion in the pelvis area. And as you exhale, as you draw that belly in and up, that's where we really fire up the belly. That's where we get that empowerment. Inhale, the belly gently drops. And as you exhale, the belly gently draws in and up. A few breaths here. If the mind is wandering, that's okay. Just keep refocusing your attention on the belly breath. A few more breaths here now. Okay, so just gently now, just releasing that little breathing exercise and just taking your focus and your attention to the space in between the hips. So at the root of the spine, which is where the root chakra sits. And at the root chakra, that is that place of stability, of rootedness, groundedness. So let's just repeat a couple of affirmations that you can set the tone for the practice and the rest of the week. I am safe. I am stable. I am secure. I am safe. I am stable. I am secure. I am safe. I am stable. I am secure. So just imagine that those words are sort of pulsating outwards from that hip space. And as they pulsate outwards, they're starting to fill and expand your entire being. So even if you're not maybe necessarily feeling those things, just by repeating those affirmations, we can sort of create new neurological pathways in the brain to set the tone for those. Just a couple more moments here, feeling the expansion, the openness. Sending your breath down into those hips. And then when you're ready, just gently seal off those affirmations. And then when you're ready, just gently let go. And then open your eyes. And as you open your eyes, just gently draw the knees in towards your chest and just hug those knees in. So I know that that can sometimes be a little bit uncomfortable just sitting cross-legged for a little while. So just gently drop the feet down onto the ground and let's come into a wide-legged child's pose. So just bringing the knees nice and wide here. Take a deep inhalation through the nose. Draw the navel in towards the spine. And then exhale, gently start to fold forward. And you can stretch your arms out in front of you here. And just bring your forehead down to the ground. So coming into our wide-legged child's pose, I just want you to just start notice all points of contact against the ground. So your hands, your elbows, your knees, your feet, your forehead. Start to send your breath into your lower back and into your hips. And I just want you to get an overall sensation awareness for how the hips are feeling this evening. Is there tightness or are they feeling open? And we tend to store quite a lot of emotional and physical energy in the hips. That breath down into that hip area. Focusing on the inhales, the exhales, in and out through the nostrils. Few more steady breaths here. And also just noticing the gentle stretch across the back as well in this pose. So this is very calming for the central nervous system, working on the parasympathetic system. And then when you're ready, gently inhale, lifting your bottom off your heels. Just bring the knees a little bit closer together now. And I like to align the knees with the hips. Then gently start to walk the hands forward towards the front of the mat, shoulder distance apart. And then taking an exhale, bring your forehead down to the ground now, or as far as is comfortable for you. Coming into a puppy pose, so just opening up the heart space here as well, and just this nice little wide-legged pose that we just did. So if you're feeling a real tightness in your shoulders here, maybe bring your hands a little bit wider, just feel that opening. Allow your heart to melt towards the ground. Nice steady breaths here. Gentle stretch across the back, across the tops of the shoulders, the deltoids. Then when you're ready, very slowly inhale, walk those hands into center. As you walk your hands into center, coming into tabletop, before we move into sort of our little cat-cow sequence, I just want you to just give your wrists a little bit of a stretch. So just bring the wrists to 90 degrees and just lift one palm at a time here, nice and steady. Maybe even bringing the hands to 180 and then lifting both palms slowly up and down. Okay, just giving those wrists a nice stretch here. Okay, and then just gently bringing those hands back to the front and then maybe dropping the tops of the hands as well, just seeing how that feels. Maybe bring the hands to 90 degrees as well. Okay, and then gently bring them back to center again, and then just tuck the toes in as well, just sitting back on the toes, just giving the feet a nice stretch. Seeing how that feels on the feet. That's it. We tend to neglect the feet, don't we? So we always need to remind ourselves just to stretch those feet out. So coming back through to center now. And then just micro bending the elbows here. So if you're like me, I have hyperextended arms and legs sometimes. So I need to remind myself to bring bends in the joints. So taking an inhale now, tilt the head back, lift the chest up, stick the bottom out, drop the belly. And then on your next exhale, really round the back open, really draw the navel in towards the spine, tuck the tailbone in, exhale, inhale back through, open up that chest, tilt the head back. Exhale, round the back, tuck that tailbone in, navel in. Inhale back through into our cow, tilt the head back, arch the back. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Let's do a few more of those. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. And then just gently coming back through to center. As you come back through to center, let's just start to circle those hips. I want you to push the hips forward, tuck that tailbone in, and then exhale, bring the bottom back. Inhale, circling those hips, and then exhale, circling them back. So just do a couple of those in one direction. Seeing how this feels on the knees as well. So I tend to get a bit of a click on my right knee as I do this. Working those hips. Okay, and then maybe going in the opposite direction. Circling those hips nicely, getting some fluid movement in. Okay, so just easing out any stiffness if we've been sat all day. And then gently coming back through to center now. Mindfully now slide the left leg back and just drop the top of the foot on the ground for a moment. Keep your chest nice up and lift it. Draw the navel in towards the spine here. So really think about the length on the back of the body here. Take an inhale, raise that left leg in line with the hip. Hover, engage all the muscles on your core, and then exhale, bring that left leg out to the side, let it hover. Inhale back through to center, square off the hips. Exhale out to the side. Inhale back through to center. Exhale out to the side. Back through to center. Let's do one more. Exhale out to the side. Inhale back through to center, and then exhale, gently release that leg down. And again, just give those hips a little bit of a shake there. Okay, and let's now mindfully slide that right leg out. Bring the top of the foot into the ground. Again, think about you're drawing the navel in towards the spine. Nice length in the back here. Chest is nice up and lifted. Inhale, raising that right leg in line with the hip here. Okay. Exhale, bring that leg up to the side. I'm a little bit close to my wall here. Inhale, back through to center. Exhale, bring that leg out as wide as is comfortable. Inhale, back through to center. Exhale out to the side. Inhale back through to center. One more time. Exhale. Inhale. And then gently just release that leg down. And if you just need to sit back on the heels for a moment, just allow your hips just to sink here. Nice and steady. Okay, and then coming back up now into your tabletop, I want you to bring your hands to the top of the mat, hands shoulder distance apart. Your weight into your fingertips, and you've got a bit of suction going on between the palms and the mat here. Tuck your back toes in. As you tuck the back toes in, feet hip distance apart. Take an exhale now, start to lift those knees. As you lift the knees, push the thighs and the hips up and back. So lengthen through your torso here. And I just want you to just pedal the legs out here, just one heel at a time. Okay, so keep pushing the mat away from your hands. And then coming to a center point, bring a bend in the knees. And as you bring a bend in the knees, see if you can just lift those hips a little bit higher here. Take an inhale now, raising the right leg up high to the sky, as high as you can. And then exhale, I want you to swing that leg as far forward. So bring that knee as far towards your, close towards your chest, as far forward as you can. And then bring the foot in between the hands, dropping the left knee to the ground. So just take my hoodie off. You get warm quite quickly here. So coming into our Anjanasana low lunge, just for a moment, we're just framing that front foot here so you can be on your fingertips. Kneecap and ankle are aligned. And then just tuck the back toes in. And as you tuck your back toes in, take an inhale and start to lift the left knee off the ground if you can, okay? And as you lift the left knee off the ground, make sure you've got your weight on the ball of the back foot. So you're really pressing into that left big toe here. And then see if you can start to lift your hips a little bit higher, bringing your belly off that front right leg. And then using your core, take an exhale. I want you to lift your torso up without using your hands. Take an inhale, lift, 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 inhale. And then exhale, rolling those shoulders back and out. So yeah, this is a bit of steadiness with our balance here. So just for a moment, take an inhale, raise your arms up into the sky, lengthen through the torso here. And then exhale, I want you to bend your elbows. And can you bring a bend in that back knee? A little bit low. So you can drop the knee to the ground if you want. And then inhale, raise those arms back up into the sky, standing tall. The back heel is off the ground. And then exhale, bend those elbows, drop that back knee, or you can hover. One more time. Inhale, coming up. And then exhale, gently releasing the hands down to the ground. Drop that knee to the ground. Give yourself a nice rest. Okay. Drop the palms. Take an inhale. Lift the left knee off the ground. Exhale, right foot to meet your left foot here. So again, hands are shoulder distance apart. Just pedal those legs out here. Just one heel down at a time. Nice and steady. Got a bit of cat yoga going on here as well. Okay, so bring a good bend in the knees here. So the heels are off the ground. Lift those hips a little bit higher. Lengthen through that spine. Inhale, raising the left leg up high into the sky, as high as you can. Exhale, swing that leg through with momentum. Bring the knees close towards your chest, which allows that leg to come as far forward as you can. Foot in between the hands. Coming into our Anjanasana, low lunge, okay. Framing that front foot. So you're on your fingertips here. Again, tucking the toes in of that back foot. Take an inhale, maybe start to lift that back knee. So you're grounding down through the ball of that right foot, ground down into that right big toe. From here, start to lift the hips a little bit higher. So you start to grind down through that left foot, and grounding down through that left foot allows us to draw any energy up from the earth. Take an exhale, start to lift the torso, and then inhale, lifting it all up without using your arms. Exhale, reach towards the ground, draw those shoulders down towards the ground. So you're bringing your shoulder blades onto the back of your rib cage here. Square off the hips. Inhale, raise those arms into the sky. And then exhale, bring bends into the elbows and bring a bend into that right knee, maybe lowering to the ground or just hovering. Inhale, back up again. Raise those arms. Exhale, sink. One more time. Inhale, back up again. Exhale, sink. One more time. Inhale, up. And then exhale, release those hands down to the ground. And then step very slowly, step the right foot to meet the left foot into a forward fold here now. So just bringing a good bend in the knees. Your hands can be in front of the feet or just either side. Just taking a couple of breaths here. Make sure you have got that bend in the knees so you're releasing any pressure on the lower back. Take an inhale, place your hands now on your knees, lengthen through the legs, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, forward folding here, bending the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. And then on your next exhale, raising those arms up to the sky, palms overhead, line with the ears, and then exhale, hands to your heart center. Okay, so just bringing your big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. So just taking a moment here, maybe closing your eyes. You can keep your hands at heart center. Taking a few breaths here. And I just want you just to, again, acknowledge that ground to foot connection. Feeling the earth beneath your feet. Noticing your breath. And being here and now with our breath, With the earth beneath us, we're safe and steady and secure. Strong legs, strong hips, strong root chakra, Muladhara. Okay, so from here, gently opening your eyes. Circle sweep the arms up overhead, palms together. Exhale, forward fold, bringing a good bend in the knees, forehead towards the knees. Inhale, stepping the left foot back, dropping the left knee to the ground, coming into a low lunge. You're framing that front foot, chest is up and lifted. Inhale, lifting the left knee off the ground, drop the palms, exhale, right foot to meet the left foot, coming into a downward dog here, that's it. So again, your hands are shoulder distance apart and your feet are hip distance apart. And then from here, take an exhale, lift onto the balls of your back feet, round your back, draw the navel in and then bring your shoulders over the top of your wrists and then lengthen through the whole torso. Keep that belly tucked in here. And then from here, you can exhale, drop the knees to the ground and then slowly start to lower your torso, but keep your shoulders above your elbows, coming all the way down. Then point the toes, squeeze the glutes. Take an inhale, lift the chest, the belly, and then the head into a Bhujangasana Cobra. And then very slowly exhale, lowering your head all the way down to ground, shoulders underneath the wrist, tuck your tailbone, tuck your toes in, exhale, lift the chest, the hips, and the knees. Come back into your downward dog here. Take an inhale, raise the right leg up high to the sky. Exhale, swinging that leg through in between the hands and coming onto your fingertips. But this time, I want you to pivot your left foot so it faces the long edge of your mat. And then from here, I want you to push your torso up. So inhale, lifting up. That's it. Lift yourselves up. So bringing a right angle into your right knee. Kneecap and ankle aligned. So head over shoulders, shoulders over hips. And then take an inhale, raise your arms in line with the shoulders here. So bring your gaze to your right hand, your front arm. So grounding down through both feet. We're in our warrior two. Strong arms, chest is up, broad shoulders. Inhale, raising the right arm up to the sky. Drop the left hand onto your left thigh. Graceful warrior, that's it. And then exhale, coming back into your warrior two. Inhale, raising the right arm up to the sky. Drop the left hand onto the thigh. Graceful warrior. Exhale back through to center. And then very slowly exhale, just dropping those hands down. I want you now to turn your right foot towards the long edge of your mat now. So you're facing, both your feet are facing long, bringing your hands onto your hips here, drawing the navel in towards the spine. Take a deep inhale through the nose. So you're bringing your weight onto the outer edges of the feet and onto the front of the feet. Take an exhale now, start to fold forward. So just coming down halfway just to begin with. So keep that length in your spine. I just want you to check that your spine is nice and long here and lengthened. Couple of breaths and then exhale, just dropping your hands down onto the ground. So just underneath the shoulders. Chest is up and lifted here. So from here, exhale, just walk your hands a little bit further in towards the midline of the mat. And then inhale, walk both hands again underneath the shoulders, so chest is up and lifted here. Again, exhale, just walking those hands in, so just allow your head to hang loose as you walk those hands in towards the midline of the mat, so in line with the feet. And then inhale again, hands underneath shoulders. As you bring your hands underneath shoulders, just for a moment, take a deep inhale, take an exhale, and then bring your hands onto your hips. And I just want you to now bring a bend from one knee to the next. Again, we're just stretching those hips out a little bit more here, keeping your balance nice and steady. Okay, then coming back through to center. Take an inhale, lift the torso all the way up. Inhale, exhale to center here. Okay. So now I just want you to turn your toes, so your toes are pointing into the corners of your mat here. Okay, and as you do so, just take an inhale, bring your arms out to sort of cactus shape, so the elbows are in line with the shoulders. On your next exhale, I want you to bring right ankles now into your knees, so your knees are in line with your toes and your knees are in line with the your ankles. Inhale, straighten through those legs, straighten through the arms, coming up into a star pose. So drawing that navel in, standing nice and tall, stretching through the torso, through the body. And then again, exhale, cactus those arms, bring bends in the knees, coming into our goddess pose, Utkatasana Konasana. Inhale, back up into our star. And then exhale, cactus those arms back into goddess. Do one more. Inhale into star. And then exhale, back into our goddess. Inhale, back up. And then exhale, just gently release the arms all the way down to your sides. So take an inhale now, step your right foot to meet your left foot at the top of your mat. Bringing your hands to heart center here. Taking an inhalation, circle sweep those arms up overhead, palms together in line with the ears into Hasta Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold, bending the knees, bring the forehead towards the knees, hands either side. And then from here, taking an inhale, stepping the right foot back, right knee to the ground, coming into our Anjanasana low lunge here, just looking straight ahead. Inhale, lift the right knee and then drop the palms. Exhale, left foot to meet the right foot, coming into our downward dog here. So hands are shoulder distance apart. And then from here, take an inhale, come onto the balls of the feet. So lift those heels high, draw the navel in, and then exhale, start to round the upper back. And then just bring the shoulders over the top of the wrists into our plank pose. Keep that navel tucked in. Exhale, dropping the knees. Keep the navel in, and then exhale, very slowly lower the torso, but bring your shoulders above the wrists here to protect the shoulders. That strengthens the arms. Then inhale, squeeze the glutes, point the toes. Take an inhale, lift the chest and the belly, and then the head into our cobra. And then exhale, very slowly, lowering your head all the way down to the ground. Hands underneath shoulders, tuck your toes in. Exhale, lift the chest, the hips and the knees up and back into our downward dog again. Then from here, taking an inhale, raising the left leg up high into the sky. Swing that left leg all the way through in between the hands. You're framing that front foot and then pivoting that right foot now. So the right foot, the toes point towards the long edge of the mat. Then pushing into, grounding down into that left foot. Take an exhale, lift your torso up. Bringing a right angle now into that left leg. So coming, inhale, raising the arms in line with the shoulders. Coming into our warrior two here now. So kneecap and ankle are aligned. Your gaze is to your left hand, the left middle finger, grinding down through both feet. Inhale, raising the left arm up to the sky. Drop the right palm into a graceful warrior. And then exhale, hands back to heart center just there. Inhale, raising the left arm up to the sky. And then exhale, back through into our warrior two. One more time. Inhale, graceful warrior. And then exhale, back through to center. Gently release those arms down, straighten through that left leg. Pivot the left foot so it faces the long edge of the mat again. Interlock your hands behind your back now. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And again, just bringing your weight onto the outer edges of your feet here. So pressing into the front of the feet as well. Draw the navel in towards the spine. And then exhale, start to forward fold. And just allow yourself to come as far forward as you can. And then bring your arms as far forward, as far vertically as you can. Keep grounding down into the front of the feet here. Couple of breaths, nice and steady. Nice stretch through the hamstrings, strong legs, strong feet. Opening up those hips.
And then when you're ready, very slowly inhaling, coming all the way up to center. Exhale to center, just release those arms. And again, just point those toes again into the corners of the mat, again, coming into preparation for our goddess pose. Inhale, cactus those arms. And then exhale, bring right angles into our knees. And this time, we're just going to move our knees from side to side. So again, just working on those hips a little bit more. Couple of breaths here, nice and steady. Okay. And then gently coming back through to center, take an inhale, raise the arms, straighten those legs into a star, nice and wide. And then again, exhale, cactus those arms again, and bring bends into those knees. Just check the knees are in line with the toes. Just gently swaying the hips from side to side here. Okay. Gently coming back through to center, inhale, raise those arms back up into a star. Really lengthen through the torso. And then exhale, just gently releasing those arms. Turn the toes in, and then just toe heel the feet back into the middle of the mat. And then slowly bring yourselves down to the mat into child's pose. Sing the cat out. Okay, so gently exhaling, just coming onto your knees, taking a well-deserved rest. So just drawing the navel in towards the spine here, taking an inhale and an exhale, very gently folding forward here. Just allow yourself just to sink into the mat, sink into the ground. Okay, so a few nice steady breaths here. Just noticing whatever arises. So if you found that your mind was quite chattery and judgmental throughout those poses, just know that the poses themselves are not the destination of our practice. The destination of our practice is, well, there is no destination, it's the journey with the breath. But essentially the destination is just to find that stillness within. Not how the pose looks, being in the action of the breath. Noticing the breath and noticing the chattering of the mind. Noticing the impermanent flow of thoughts and experiences. Okay, so very slowly inhaling, coming all the way up to center. Exhale to center. Okay, so from here, coming into a squat. So I'd like your feet to be slightly wider than sitting bone distance. Okay, so not all of you will be able to get your heels down, so you might just be on the balls of your feet here. If you can get the balls down, bring the palms together, push the elbows into the knees and push the knees into the elbows here. So lengthen through the spine. So just start to feel a nice opening in the hips here now. Keep breathing and sending your breath into the hips, maybe closing the eyes. Couple of steady breaths here. So if that's too difficult, you can just come onto the balls of the feet, so with the heels lifted, nice and steady. Okay, and then maybe gently exhaling, dropping the left hand down to the ground. And then inhale, raise the right arm up to the sky, nice twist in the torso here. Exhale, releasing that right hand down, dropping it down, and then inhale, raising the left arm up to the sky. And then exhale, release that hand down again. Repeat on the other side. Inhale, lift the right arm. And then exhale, release. Inhale, lift the left arm. Twist, exhale, release. Okay, so from here, if you want to, you can otherwise just sit back on your sitting bones and hug the knees in. But if you want to have a little go at practicing crow pose, just to work on your hips a little bit more, just bring both your hands down onto the ground here. So spreading the fingers nice and wide. Then lift off your heels so you're standing up, and then just turn the toes in a little bit more. So you're bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. then I want you to bring your knees either onto the sides of your biceps or they're going to come into your elbows. I just want you just to practice a little bit of just pushing the weight onto the hands and just practice just pushing the knees into your triceps here. So we're not going into the full pose, but we're just working and seeing and feeling just how the weight is on those arms. So it's just about creating strong hands, strong shoulders, strong hips. Okay. But it looks like we're all just going to be sitting by the looks of it. But essentially what you can do if you on the next time, you might just want to lift one foot at a time. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So that's what you would start to work on. So it looks like we're all just going to take it steady there by the sounds of it. So just hug those knees in towards the chest and then just gently drop the feet down. So bring the soles of the feet together here. Interlock your hands around those feet, sitting nice and tall. And just begin by just butterflying the knees one at a time here, coming into the Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose or butterfly pose. Okay, then when you're ready, just coming to a center point. Again, drop those shoulders down if you can. Draw the navel into the spine, take an inhale. And then exhale, slowly start to fold forward as far as you can. So again, we're opening up those hips. Keep that length in the spine if you can. Nice and steady, a few breaths here. Okay. Inhaling, coming all the way up to center. Exhale to center. Okay. So gently draw those knees back in. Straighten those legs out now. We're going to come into Upavista Konasana, so wide-legged forward fold. So just bring your legs as wide as is comfortable here. And then I just gently want you to just externally rotate the thighs here. So just sitting nice and tall here. And just point your toes towards the back of the room as well. So you're externally rotating those thighs. Just bring your hands behind your back on the mat. Just open up that your chest, your heart space here. Just allow yourself just to lengthen through the spine, lengthen through the torso. Okay, and then just gently coming back through to center here now. I want you to bring your hands in front of you. On your next exhale, you're going to start creeping those hands forward. As you creep those hands forward, I want you to keep that external rotation of the hips. So just go as far as is comfortable here for you. Keep that length in the spine. Couple of breaths here. So you can stay in the first position that we're in, whatever feels best for your hips at this moment in time. Okay, very slowly now. Inhale, walking those hands back into center, coming up. Okay, we're going to do one more little exercise with our hips here. So interlock your hands in front of you. We're going to imagine that we're stirring a big pot of soup. So keeping both your sitting bones down, take an inhale, draw those arms forward, circle it around, and then exhale back. Inhale, stir that big pot of soup. Exhale back. Let's do a few more of those. Okay, and let's alternate in the opposite direction. So inhale forward and then exhale back. Inhale forward and then exhale back. One more. And then gently coming back through to center. Using your hands, gently guide those knees back into center here. Okay, so just interlocking your fingers around your toes. So sitting on your sitting bones here, create length in the spine, sit tall, and maybe just lift your feet out. So we're just going to stretch one leg at a time here. That's it. And maybe I'm going to give the option to do 2 if you want to as well. You can have bends in the knees, that's absolutely fine. So keep the length in your spine, and there's bends in the knees here, that's it, nice and steady, and maybe going for the full whack. We can try, or just 1 at a time, 1 up, 1 down. That's it. And then doing the other side. And exhale very slowly, release the legs down. Again, hug those knees in. And exhale, just gently release the feet down to the ground. So come to lying on your back now. Very slowly lower your torso down. As you come to lying on your back, just bring your heels closer towards your buttocks, palms either side of your torso here. So on your next inhale, now I want you to start lifting your pelvis. As you start lifting the pelvis, squeeze the glutes. And then on your next exhale, I want you to roll your arms under, interlock the hands, push the forearms into the ground. Keep those legs parallel, keep your toes pointing towards the end of the mat. Keep squeezing the bottom, breathe into the belly. And just hold this for a few moments. And this is a really nice counter pose to those forward folds that we've been doing. Nice couple of breaths here. Keep squeezing. And then when you're ready, very slowly exhale, coming down 1 vertebrae by vertebrae at a time, lowering yourself all the way down to the ground. Okay. And then from here, if you want to take one final pose, just maybe raising the legs up into the sky and just allow the blood just to drain from the feet. If you want to hug the knees in towards your chest as well, feel absolutely free to do so. And if you've got your knees towards your chest, maybe just gently roll from side to side. You may even wish to come into Supta Baddha Konasana, so just bringing the soles of your feet together, and then just let those feet, let those knees drop out to the sides. So wherever you're at, just before we come into our final resting pose, Shavasana, just finding something that feels good for you. So if you come in Supta Baddha Konasana, you've got the soles of the feet together, the knees are dropping out to the side, and it's really nice here just to gently press your hands into the creases of your hips here, just to massage out any sort of remaining tension there may be. Okay, and when you're ready, very slowly just extending your legs out. As you extend the legs out, just let the feet flop to the sides, arms either side, the palms facing up. And then I invite you to just gently close your eyes again. And let's just come back to that place we were in at the start. And just seeing how you feel now compared to the start of the class. To take that whole body feeling awareness that we took at the start, so feeling the whole body. Take your awareness to the head, the toes, hands, the arms, legs, torso. You notice any remaining tension left. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And then exhale it all out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. And then exhale it all out. One more time, deep inhale. And then exhale, release it all out. As you release it all out, just allow yourself to sink into the ground. As you sink into the ground, just melt. Just enjoy these last few moments of quiet time. The breath in the body.
Steady body, steady breath, steady mind. Taking your focus and your attention back to the root of your spine where the root chakra sits, pelvis. And just imagine there's a pulsating red ball of light, of energy. As it pulsates, the light gets brighter. And with the brightening of that light, let's just remind ourselves of those affirmations we set at the start. I am safe, I am stable, I am secure. I am safe, I am stable, I am secure. I am safe, I am stable, I am secure. Feel that light expanding, filling your entire being. So by developing strong legs, strong hips, create a firm base that we can sit on, walk on, that attaches us, connects us to the earth here and now in this present moment. Let those words set the tone for the rest of your week. Just gently seal off that practice now, those affirmations. Come back to the whole body, the mind, and the breath. Thanking yourselves for practicing yoga. Thanking yourselves for going within, for finding the beauty. By going within, we're finding that space to truly empower ourselves. So when you're ready, slowly start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Rotating the wrists, rotating the ankles. Stretching the arms overhead. Stretching through the arms. Stretching the legs, pointing the toes. Full body stretch. And then when you're ready, slowly rolling over onto the right hand side, using your right arm as a pillow. Gently placing your left hand down in the ground and just taking a moment here in the recovery position. Again, feeling the earth, the ground beneath you, feeling the connection of the earth to the human body, feeling that energy. And then when you're ready, gently pushing yourselves up into Sukhasana, easy seated pose. Lengthening through the spine, sitting nice and tall, gently tucking the chin in here. Again, just taking another moment. Bring the palms together, rub those palms, creating warmth, creating energy. Bring those palms over your face, feeling that warmth, feeling that energy. Gently opening your eyes, gazing into darkness, gazing into stillness, gazing into safety, security, and stability, knowing that everything is already within you and now. Bringing your hands to heart center. Namaste, and thank you for practicing with me this evening. I hope you'll sleep well this evening, and yeah, enjoy the rest of